Hello, people. How are you? All right, that's okay. Hello, Ms. Alexandra.
Hi, hello.
How are you? Long time no see.
Thank you so much for the invitation, as always.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. How is everything with you?
Fine, fine. Everything
That's
is well. After a wonderful vacation in Istanbul, I'm really glad to say I'm back at work and it is everything well.
That is amazing. That is really good
Yeah.
to hear. How about Mr. Ken? And how about you?
Fine. Thanks, Alexandra. Miguel.
Hi, good, Odir. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Estoy muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
Ah, muy bien, muy bien.
Just give me a second. I have a very noisy wife who's making a lot of crashing around.
Terrible wife.
No worries. Very good.
I have to ask you, did you get the information of the website I sent you?
I had
because it was changing.
Yeah, I just glanced at it and I couldn't actually figure it out because it was mainly in German. I couldn't really, I was in a hurry, in a rush.
So but you can change the language in English. Yes, it is on the right side is a button you can change. So it has a lot of options, and you can fix it that they send you the invitation. So a lot of nice things, and they told they will daily add something. So there are a lot of nice invitation for some meetings. A friend of mine, he's a teacher, he sent me the link, and I thought maybe it's interesting for you too.
Thank you very much. I will definitely
welcome.
Check it out. Very good. Thank you. Yeah, last week we couldn't actually conduct a meeting. I saw Mr. Ken just joined, so I couldn't basically just conduct it as I mean, not a lot of people actually joined. But this week again, I mean, we are okay so far.
Yeah. I tried to join last week, and it just, I assumed a bit like with Wes and his chat on a Friday.
Yeah.
The link is continuous.
I see.
And it sat and it was just going, I'm thinking,
exactly.
Okay.
Sometimes it happens sometimes.
What's the problem? What's the problem? So have you guys been on Wes's chat recently?
Not recently, only once, long time ago.
You need to. There were 14, 15 natives this Friday.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm the only British person, but lots of obviously Americans. So, and I was with two other people. So quite often small groups. So if you get the chance, or if you have really good students who have a good level of English, it helps, I think, in terms of creating a great chat for 40 minutes. I was lucky to have two good English speakers who, although not high, had fluency and were able to chat through various things. And we had a really good chat. But I think, with Wes, on average, he is getting more people every week, I think. So we were 14, 15 natives, which, I think for people like yourselves, although you have a good level of English, is always great, because if you have this ability to just have these very natural chats, I think it's super useful. Hopefully. In terms of just kind of practice.
Thank you. Of course, hopefully And on Fridays, I'm so busy, actually. That is the case. That's why.
Is that because of Friday for you guys being the weekend?
And yeah, we can say that, kinda. Not just because of that, because of the workflow that we have, because I'm dealing with so many things in my life. So specifically on Friday, yeah, that's why it is so tiring, and really we have lack of time on Fridays. But I'll try and let you know.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but the UK goes back 1 hour tonight, or sorry, tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
So we go back an hour.
Which means...
Is Germany doing the same thing, or is that
we do the
next
same?
Week?
Yeah, no, we do it on this weekend too. Yeah, we have the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that a good news or bad news?
For me, it is. I think always why. It is not necessary. For the European side, it is necessary. I think so. Maybe in other countries, it is necessary because really the difference for the daily sunlight is important. But here, it doesn't matter 1 hour plus or minus.
Yeah, it's disruptive to the body. It's disruptive to your sleep pattern.
Yeah.
It goes back to World War One. Those damn Germans is who I blame. Those bloody Germans. It goes in the UK. It goes back to World War One in terms of the munitions factories. Today, it's much more about the safety of children walking to school or coming back from school. So I understand it. It probably would be easier to change the school timetable. Because there will be people working tonight an hour less, and obviously in spring an hour more. So it has its pros and its cons. It has its pros and its cons, and I don't blame the Germans. Honestly, I don't blame the Germans.
I would add, since 30 years in the European government, the German is fighting that this will be delayed, that is not longer existing in the European side. It is a German. Since 30 years, he fight for delay this activity, but he has no chance. Yeah?
I think because of, there's a lovely lady on The Englishman who's Russian, called Alexandra as well. And I understand that the Russians have left this 1 hour time shift. They have forgotten it, but it's a massive country with various time shifts. So they seem to have forgotten it. They seem to have given this 1 hour time shift the boot. They have kicked it into play, as it were. So, yeah. But anyway, we are not discussing the topic in hand. What is the topic in hand?
That's okay.
And just a quick one.
Sure.
I'm not going first.
Yeah, ladies first, of course.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Okay, let me share the question over here, and then maybe I can share that in the chat box. Yeah. Do you have my screen right now?
Yes.
All right. Nowadays, more and more people want to get things done instantly. Why is it? Do you think it is a positive or negative development? Why a lot of people just want to finish things? Maybe because of impatience, because they're very impatient. But what causes that? That is the key question, actually, I think. Why people want to fulfill, like there's a saying or some term they call like instant gratification. They just really want to get things done very quickly. Why? Please go ahead. Ms. Alexandra, please go ahead. What do you have?
Okay, I have something upcoming in my mind. Okay, I would say the point is, and the last time I saw a lot of, this kind of mentoring people who say, what is the best in your life, how you can fix goals in your life, and they say always the same, like, yes, do now everything, do it now. That's really the main line, always do it now. And I think that's the point. People think they have to do really everything instantly. It means to make a cross behind, to say did. But in the end, the question is it really correct to do everything now in the moment? I mean, it gives something you have to do, sure, but I'm not sure it is correct for every situation in life. Sometimes it takes time. You have really to think about, maybe you have to make a plan. Is it better to wait, or to invest, or to have collected all the information you need to make a decision, and not to say like, but I always see it is you see the television, do it now, sign up now. It is always in our life. When I see the question, if you see, please like or dislike, do it now, go in my group now. Every time it is this now, instant, do it. I think that's maybe we make it, we use it in the wrong way. For some it is okay.
Yeah, do you know what? I have to kind of agree. There is a club, there is this thing in the UK within certain areas, which is about lunch. It's called a slow lunch, which is just not about fast food. It's not about fast, eat now, go. I'm going to stop everybody here.
Yeah.
I am the worst person in the world for eating fast and getting out. I come from this news, this 24-hour, this situation where yesterday is too late. I actually wanted last week. Everything is about not today, not an hour ago. It's about 12 hours ago. So I come from a history of working in news when it was about now, deadline. As I've got older, I've kind of worked out that actually, do you know what? Fuck it. It's not. It's about the enjoyment of the time. So yes, there's this club in the UK, which is about slow lunch, which actually is only a reflection of probably more Mediterranean countries. I'm going to say Spain, probably Italy, where lunch takes 2 hours, where your lunch break is about meeting people, it's about chatting, it's about the socialization. I'm assuming, watching videos of a couple who are traveling through Turkey at the moment in a camper van, that Turkey has a similar kind of long lunch, kind of slow pace environment. And I personally think, as I get older, as I get ancient, as I slow down, that actually that's the best way to go, because yes, you can get more done in a day, but do you feel more accomplished by doing lots of things in a day? Yeah, I personally think at my age in life, it's like, do you know what? It's about really taking as much from the day, personally. It's about receiving as much as you can. And it's not about speed. It's not about speed. It's not about speed. It's more about quality. So speed is good sometimes. So emergency services, doctors, a crash, speed's important. Speed is important. But for most of the things, it's about the quality of what you receive from that slow lunch, that gentle walk, that task you want to do. So quality over quantity, quality over speed. Yeah.
Fulfillment.
Yeah.
Life fulfillment, we can say, we can call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're totally right. Maybe a very quick correction. Here in Turkey, I mean, the culture of, I mean, they have breakfast culture rather than just lunch. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I mean, breakfast is a must here in
Yes.
Turkey. It's very
Yes.
long, luxurious, like a kind of king.
Yes. No. That's the one thing I saw on this couple who were traveling through Turkey, is that breakfast seems to be that gentle break into the day where you just spend an hour having this amazing, what would be lunch for most people, this amazing kind of breakfast which sets you up for the day, which probably allows you to have a shorter lunch break because you've had so much to eat.
Yeah.
Again, coming from news, my thing was I'd always eat breakfast. If I got the chance, I'd have a second breakfast, potentially a third breakfast, because the possibility was I wouldn't get lunch and I wouldn't get an evening meal because you never knew when you would eat next. So the adage was, eat when you can, piss when you can, because there's a very good chance you won't get another chance. So this, I think the way I'm seeing Turkey at the moment through these couple is that, yeah, breakfast is just, you sit down, an hour and a half later, you get up and you have set yourself up for the day. So it's a slow entrance to the day, which, do you know what? Yeah, I'll go for that. Yeah. I'll go for that. Absolutely. Why not? Why not? We run around, we rush too. I think we rush too much. I rush too much. I speak too fast.
That's okay. What about the British culture? I mean, do you have this breakfast culture, or it is not that much of, I mean, usual, common?
No. Certainly, breakfast for a lot of people is coffee and a croissant. For workers, so for builders, for people who do a heavy industrial job, it will be a big, heavy English breakfast. So bacon, sausage, eggs, beans, tomatoes, something which sets them up for a physically arduous day.
True.
I always try and have a healthy breakfast. So fruit, cereals, healthy cereals, because again, I am, regardless of whether I'm working or not, I'm conscious about my health. Apart from drinking beer, I'm conscious about my health, but I realize that I may, if I'm working, I may not have another chance of eating. So if I'm working and I'm away in a hotel, it's full English, fruit, cereals, and that will get me through till 4 or 5 in the afternoon if needs be. So we don't have that breakfast culture like Turkey seems to have. Having been in Germany, again, heavy food, heavy start to the day. Fill yourself up, build, fill the stomach, build a timeline in, build a time zone in, build the ability to go several hours without eating again. That's my perception of Germany when I've been there. Is that the case?
I was about to ask Ms. Alexandra about the same question. What about Germany? Do you have this huge, large, big breakfast culture?
Yes, on the weekend. On the weekend, it is typical. Yeah. Under the week, it is like, it depends on the timetable everybody has. I mean, in my house, I can say it's completely different. I'm the person who loves to eat in the morning a lot of things because I have no idea when I could eat the next time. I work in a kitchen. Sure, I could eat, but I have no time. So, and as I was working on the weekly market, it was not possible to eat. It was really 8 hours working without eating anything because you had no time to do it. And so I can speak for myself. My family members eat in the morning nothing. They eat later. But on the weekend, we have really the mentality, when we are all together, we eat like the Turkish people. We make it really long, 1 hour, 1.5,
majestic,
with everything perfect, like a king, really. And it makes fun because you sit together, you talk together. It is not like only eating. I mean, you talk, you discuss, and so it's funny. And the best way, because for a family, you start the day together, and afterwards everybody has his daily routine. So that's the best way to start.
True, totally true.
Yeah. There's this expression that which is breakfast like a king, dine like something else, and have.
What about live like what? What about live like what?
I mean, normally we say eat like a king in the morning, like how can I say, like a worker at the lunchtime, and like a poor man in the evening.
Yeah, like a pauper. Yeah.
That's the idea in Germany behind, to eat in the evening really less.
Yeah, the same thing kind of happens. The same expression. We have a very similar expression in the UK. Now, you're Iranian, if I remember rightly.
Yes, true.
So culturally, what's the culture there? I mean, how does it change from Turkey and the UK and Germany? Is it any different?
Quite different comparing to Turkey. In Iran, people have breakfast, obviously, but not this much. Not this much. Even they do not have like majestic, I would call it like majestic breakfast. But people have breakfast actually. Yeah.
Is it slow though? Is it slow, or is it sort of?
Good question. It changes. It changes from job to job, family to family. Yeah, it depends. But on the weekend, people, it is definitely slow. Yeah, definitely. But in the weekdays, it changes. It depends. It totally depends on your timetable and your job.
Yeah. Interesting. You both say on the weekend. I'd say at the weekend.
At the weekend, weekend. That's true.
Yeah, at the weekend. I mean, the slowness of life. The slowness of life, I think, is something, as you get older, you start to appreciate.
Absolutely. True. Very precious thing. Yeah.
It is. I think it is. Well, the weird thing is, it shouldn't be, because actually I might be dead tomorrow. So shouldn't I try and achieve as much in a day as possible? I know as I'm getting older, I'm slowing down. So there's this slight contradiction. Shouldn't I, as I get older, be wanting to do as much as possible to finish, to terminate as many things as possible, and not leave things hanging? Young people, on the other hand, in theory, have their life ahead of them. So in theory, should be doing things slowly to start with and getting faster as they get older. Is there a contradiction in that? Am I thinking the wrong way round?
I have an idea. Wait. I will say something. A friend of mine told me he was listening in the bakery about a young man, but he was not knowing the young man and the old man both knowing each other. He didn't know before, okay? But it was like the old man come in the shop and was like, hey, I'm the first. So the young man go backward and say, okay, go forward. And he say, hey, you were the first. Why you give him the place? Because he is in a hurry, or he is the senior, or what else? And the young say to him, no. I have a long life because I start now. He is in the rush because it is in the last time of his life, the last period. And the man was like, my friend was like shocked. Oh God, you are unpolitely. And he said, no, it's the truth. And the old man, really, he didn't know they were friends. So he said, yes, this young man is always so unpolitely to me, but I know him. It's okay. But it was really a trueness insight. As he told me the story, I said, yeah, it's right. Old people have this attitude to always go in rush like it is the last day. They say really like, give me first, and hey, I need, and young people say often, okay, it takes time. It doesn't matter. It's okay. I think it's really a normality of our lifetime to go when we get older, sometimes in rush, and something we take slow. Maybe because we get slower, we are in our motion, not able to come faster. So we do something when it is possible really fast.
Yeah, getting out of bed in the morning.
It's like a baby, you're all over.
Yes, you're gonna go, oh, there's the floor. Absolutely. There's a huge amount of truth in that. I mean, I think there is this impatience that we have today in society is, I think, partially driven by communication, instant communication. So WhatsApp, Zoom, all these instant, this instant fast communication. I think that in some respects drives the speed of our lives. Communication.
Technology, definitely we can call it. The balance, because our lives are not under our control, I would say. Technology takes control over us. So
all the consequences of technology. I think technology speeds things up, but if you look at communications generally, 24-hour news, a 24-hour culture in terms of major cities. So London, 3 a.m, you want to go to a restaurant and eat, you'll find one relatively easily. 24-hour culture, 24-hour life, a whole 24-hour society where 10, 15, 20 years ago, that wasn't the case. 30, 40, 50 years ago, absolutely not. So we have very much upshifted into a 24/7 culture.
Vibrant societies.
Yeah. Now, if you live in a small village, if you live in a less developed society, if you live in a culture where this need for speed is less important, I think people will live a different kind of life. They will live a less rapid, a lifestyle which is less frenetic, less. I always say like 100 miles an hour. It's not at 100 miles an hour. So for you who work in the wrong kind of formula, that would be 160 kilometers per hour, which doesn't make any sense. It makes sense in English, 100 miles an hour. So, you know, this 100 mile an hour kind of culture of bang, 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 is more of a problem with cities, I think, than it is with small towns, and absolutely with villages and places which are more remote, less
vibrant.
Less kind of
hectic.
At the sharp end, less at the sharp end. So cities like London, Berlin, Paris, New York, they're at the sharp end. They are cities which are frenetic.
Yeah.
But if you go to a small village in Germany or a village in the UK or Turkey or Iran or India, this 24-hour culture is not there. Their culture, their life is from sunrise to sunset, and a bit, plus a bit, but it's not 24-hour. In my opinion, anyway.
No, it is. It is. I live in a small city, and here we are not available 24 hours every time. And we have to handle some situation, as sometimes happens here too. My internet is not always working, so I have to go and say, okay, I accept, but it has a quality. I'm not always available. And as you say, I have not always the option to answer instantly. So I can reflect and say, okay, actually my internet is not working. Okay, I will answer. And on the way to answer the question, I think about, because maybe in the first I have an idea, till I respond, the idea change to respond in another way. So sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's terrible.
Yeah. I get that. You have thinking time. You have thinking time between, or the flash to bang. The flash to bang time is greater. So if you see the flash of a gun and the bang, that time is there. But if the flash of the gun is 5 kilometers away, the bang happens much later. So the flash to bang time is very different. And if you're in a small village where you don't have great internet, you don't have 100% perfect communications, if something comes through, you go, So you can think through the answer, you can think through the problem, you can assess probably more thoughtfully what an answer might be. So yeah, I get that.
That is true.
Yeah, I think. I think I don't know if you have the same phrase as we have. Here we say always think twice before you answer.
Ooh, okay.
There should be, yeah.
Yeah. Right. No, we don't, but yes, we do in a different context. The idea is that you spend time assessing what you think is the correct answer. So I perfectly understand that. We have a similar expression for a job. So measure twice, cut once. Measure twice, cut once, which we apply to a physical job. So a joiner, a plumber, an electrician, a seamstress. So you measure twice, you think twice, you assess the job twice before you cut, before you actually do the job. So it's a similar expression, it's a similar thought process in a slightly different context. But I think your expression about thinking twice works very well. It makes logical sense and translates perfectly into English. If I have just heard that, I understand exactly what you mean by that with your translation. So is that a Turkish thing as well? Is that an Iranian thing as well?
Most probably there should be. I don't have presence of mind, but there should be. There must be. Yeah. Really, I mean it. There must be something like that. I will check it, for next time.
Yes.
Yeah. Have we gone off track with the original concept of this chat or not? Which is not unusual. And I think that's the way chats should be, because you start with a subject matter and they morph into something which is either drastically different or at a similar tangent. Again, my chat the other day did exactly the same. It started off here, somewhere ended here, and it's like there was a link between them, but the final conversation was very divorced from the original concept. But I think that works. I mean, for me, you follow the line of logical argument, logical thought process.
That is true, of course. That is why, these proverbs actually have been created by our ancestors. Yeah, there should be some logical sense behind them. There should be. I don't want to say must, but at least there should be some logical senses behind them. Yeah. I will definitely check for that for you. Definitely.
Yeah.
For both Turkish and Persian.
Yeah.
For next
Persian. What a lovely word, Persian.
Persian.
I was saying this the other day on a chat. Persian is such, I don't know, for me, Persian just has such a romantic kind of image.
True. That is true. It's the language of poetry and courtesy and very how can I put it? Language of poetry, let's say.
I would say it's a colorful language. It is very colorful. You have a lot of words which really go deep in a thematic. So it's really amazing language.
I think for me, it's just the word Persian. Just
I saw the word Persian.
it just, I don't know. It's.
But in Iran, people do not say Persian; they say Farsi, for example.
Farsi, yeah.
Farsi,
but again, this comes again. The chat I had the other day. Farsi.
Yeah.
Farsi does nothing for me. Farsi, right, fine. Persian. I mean, what a lovely word. I mean, okay, so Farsi and Persian, in terms of the English language, Farsi, right, fine. Persian's it's this lovely round word which just evokes ideas, which as a word, it's like autumn is okay. So autumn, autumnal, or fall.
Yeah.
Fall, right. Autumn, autumnal. Two words which just in the English language and within English are just so much more visual.
Yeah. They have some, good connotations, like with feelings or something, let's say.
Yeah. So Persian for me is just one of those words which just has a roundness and just has color to it without it's just a word which it's just a word which for me just has body, whereas Farsi is just like it's a word. I don't know, just totally coming away from the subject matter, but
that's okay.
Persian is just what a lovely Persian. I want to go to Persia. I want to go to Persia.
Why not? Isn't it really maybe similar to the concept of English versus British a little bit?
Ooh. I don't know, you'd have to answer that. We're running out of time fast.
Yeah, of course. We have less than a minute. It's a huge topic, actually. Huge door.
I think the point door, is some words have this color. I mean, the power of words is depending how the word sounds. And every language has for different culture or different ears, a different how can I say? It
psychology
makes it imagine. And I mean, it gives you a vision of the word. I mean, when you give somebody a word he never heard before, he has like maybe an idea, or he think, wow, it sounds good. Only the sound